This film reminds me of one night I spent with a woman in Tokyo. Here's today's menu. As usual, I give you the synopsis and highlights. And then, I share with you guys my experiences with this movie. Now then, let me introduce the synopsis of this movie. A Hollywood star comes to Japan, shoot a whiskey commercial. When he arrives at the hotel in Tokyo where he's staying, he received a warm welcome from the Japanese staff, but he also begins to feel uneasy and confused about being in a foreign country. In the meanwhile, a young wife was staying at the hotel, the same hotel. Accompanying her photographer husband on his business. She felt lonely because her busy husband was not care for her despite their newly married marriage. After seeing each other several times at the hotel, the two begins to exchange words and share their feelings for each other. Then they go out for a night in the city. Although they are more than 20 years apart in age, the mysterious bond formed between them can neither be described as a love nor friendship. The film is about their fleeting memories of a few days in Tokyo. And as someone who went through the similar experience, it is a film that has left a deep impression. The film was depicted by Sofia Coppola, the daughter of Francis Ford Coppola, the director of the classic movie The Godfather. It is said that the film reflects her real-life experiences. The loneliness and alienation of being the foreigner that she actually felt while living in Tokyo for several years are well portrayed in this film. In Tokyo, the film setting is not presented positively as an enchanting foreign country, but rather as the weirdness and uneasiness as a foreign country. Also, the theme of the film can be described in one word: loneliness. The loneliness of not having anyone who speaks the same language as you, even though you are in a big city and with many people, and the alienation caused by racial differences. The feeling that you are the only one who is left out. I highly recommend this movie because you can see the loneliness of it all and a beautiful relationship between two people. Have you ever regretted not doing something in your life? Like, if I had done that or talked to that girl at the time. I've had a lot of those experiences myself. When I was in college, I met a girl at a party at a small club near my college. She was a girl from the same college, one grade older than me, and she was very attractive. We both had the same taste in the music and such, and that night was a lot of fun. But I was too shy at the time to be able to show my feelings to her. Not to be smug, but I think she was interested in me then. But I couldn't be open because my introvert nature, and nothing happened with her after all. Of course, there are many things we regret not doing. Not only in love, but regrets in romantic relationship tend to drag on. This film reminds me of one night I spent with a woman in Tokyo. This story happened in my trip to Okinawa and Tokyo. I was on a 2-week trip, 1 week in Okinawa and another week in Tokyo. Okinawa is like the Hawaii of Japan. Warm even in winter, and everybody is so open and very welcome. I could go to the bars and make friends with the people I didn't know there, and I felt very open. I was out drinking with my friends every night, and on the last night in Okinawa, we get so drunk. But I had an early flight to Tokyo the next morning, so I had to head to the airport with a hangover. At the airport, I had planned to check in online and get a ticket, but the app had an issue and I had to wait in the line in the counter. At that time, there was a woman with beautiful blonde hair and white skin in front of me in line. I was hungover, but I thought she must be beautiful just by looking at her back. When I got my ticket and sat on my plane, I saw her on the same plane. Unfortunately, my seat was too far away from her, but I felt like talking to her at the moment. Then, after 2-hour flight, I was waiting for my suitcase to be delivered to the baggage claim at the airport in Tokyo. And again, she stood in front of me. And then I thought to myself, I don't know why, but I felt like I would regret it for the rest of my life if I didn't talk to her now. Sound cheesy, right? I think so too. And then I found myself talking to her. She was American, traveling from the US, and she said she would return to the US the next day after staying one night in Tokyo for transit. And then I visited her a drink right then and there, and she said yes. Well, I leave the details of the night to your imagination, but the next day I dropped her off at the airport and say goodbye in front of the departure gate. Let me just say it was like a movie, you know? And speaking of the movies, this movie reminds me of the two experiences I just mentioned. I remember the time in college when I couldn't dare to be brave and then regret it later, and then came back to meet at the airport. So I took the chance and talked to her to avoid having the same regret. Besides, even if I had been turned down, I wouldn't have met her for the rest of my life, you know? So if you watch this video and then hesitating to do something because you can't be brave enough to do it now, I think you should give it a shot. Of course, I hope your action will be successful, but even if it doesn't work out, it will be a good memory in time. I have no doubt about it. And the movie I'm going to introduce today, Lost in Translation, is a movie that depicts such wonderful memories with the beautiful graphics and music. This movie is available on Amazon Prime Video and Apple TV, so if you're interested, please watch it. I've been watching a lot of movies for a long time. Sometimes movies give us a lot of hints. Through movies, I have learned and solved many problems and issues in my family, friends, love, work, and life. I hope that by sharing my experiences with you, I can give you some insights into your problems and concerns. Of course, I will also share with you some Japanese culture and information appears in the movies, so enjoy till the end. Also, this channel is open to questions and requests about the film, so if you have any recommendation for the next film or information about similar films, please let me know in the comment section, please. Well, that's it for today's video. See you guys in the coming episode and see you soon.